Yeah. Chapter 5, 100-mile dash, pain of a junk food junkie, deadly life. Just to make things clear. Last night I was attacked by someone wearing a mask, and whoever that was now, they're... I don't know why, but now they're laying dead in front of me. I told you there's a corpse hanging out in here.
No way!
Are they really dead? Is this really a dead body?
What?
You need to begin looking around right away. However, be ever so careful. There's no telling what you might find.
This is weird. I guess your frickin' what's it called? Vision about 30 and no more murders was wrong again.
Why?
Who is this? How did they wind up dead here? Can't move forward until we figure that out.
What?
What's this body doing here? I mean, who is it? What's going on? Who is that?
Yep.
Just throwing it in the lost and found. Even a dead body can find its way home that way. I don't know. Last time when I'm gonna look at everything before I look at the bodies, so don't leave. Fine, never mind. I need to find out who this actually is, but there's no way to tell with the mask covering their face like that, and the white coat they're wearing makes it impossible to tell anything about the body themselves. They're wearing black boots, and they have red nail polish. It's probably a girl with the heels. The victim is a total mystery. But one thing I do know is that whoever this is, they attacked me last night in my room. But why? How did they wind up dead in here? Their heart isn't beating. They're not breathing. All signs of life have come to a complete stop. Thanks to the knife that's been driven into their stomach, their clothes are stained bright red. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood there is still wet. Be careful you don't touch it and get some on you. How can you be so calm at a time like this? Who is it? Their face and body are all hidden, so I don't have a clue. I'm pretty sure it's a girl at least. Huh? How can you tell?
Well,
I think I see the outline of her chest and the general shape of the body. And the more I look, the more I'm sure it's a girl. Really? Then could it be... Okay then! I really, 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 really hope it's not Kyoko. But I also don't see Kyoko as a red nail polish kind of girl. But also, who else would it be?
yes!
Let's just tear the mask off clean.
Come on.
Clean off. Wait, don't! But by the time he had called out, it was already too late. Kyoko's hand shot out towards the mask, and in the next instant... Oh, shit! There was a blinding light and a deafening roar. Toko's gone flying. The body blew up. It blew up, 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 it blew up. My vision started to darken and I prepared to pass out.
Come on.
Hurry up, put it out. Put out the fire. As my consciousness attempted to float away, that voice reached up and pulled it back down to earth. That absolute command stops even the natural body from going into unconsciousness. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. Come on, dump the water on it. Okay. The upper half of the body was on fire. I took aim and tossed the water as hard as I could. Thankfully, that was enough to put out the fire. It died down, leaving only that unpleasant smell of burning flesh. I guess that took care of it. What the hell, man? It exploded?
What did you
I
say?
had a bad feeling about that body, but I never imagined it would explode. And now the body... It's unidentifiable. It's burnt to a crisp. It's beyond well done, man. Don't compare it to a steak. I'll never be able to eat steak again. But now that the body's been charred, I really have no idea. How are we going to find out who it was? Who isn't here right now?
What?
If we consider who's not here, that will quickly narrow it down to who it must be. There's only one person missing. Kyoko. And that dead body is Kyoko? No, that can't be right. Calm down, I didn't say it was Kyoko. What do you mean? I mean, who else? There is one other person. Please tell me who.
In other words...
The mastermind.
What?
The mastermind?
What the heck?
Come on, there's no way. The mastermind got charbroiled? Get serious. I agree, normally the idea wouldn't be worth considering. Although they did say that the mastermind might be moved without Ikusaba, so... That sounds like the girl. But I have a reason to believe it may be true. The mastermind being dead would explain that other matter, wouldn't it? Monokuma can hardly move around if its master is dead, right?
But
The corpse is a girl, right? Doesn't make any sense. Why? asked Hito. Do you remember what else Hugo said? Oh, we've already freaking been done with that. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now.
what the heck?
You said the mastermind is some middle-aged dude, right? Which the corpse obviously isn't. Okay, I will say that is a smart observation, though yes, Hito gives me information you have. Then could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster? I thought Kyoko said that friggin' Mukuro Ikusaba could be the mastermind. But is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? The ultimate despair?
Huh?
I thought Kyoko said that they could be the mastermind. Do I not Huh? Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student at Hope Peak.
What?
What are you talking about? The other day Kyoko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in school.
What?
I think you better tell us everything you know. Well, all Kyoko told me was...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
And then when we were talking, she said they could very well be the mastermind, did she not?
The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
I could swear when we talked about it later, she said they very well could be the mastermind. It sounded like Kyoko thinks Mukuro Ikusaba is the mastermind. Thank you! There we go. I'm freaking out. God, I was going crazy there. No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind, I'm sure of that. What? I don't have proof yet, but I have no doubt I'm right. Thank you. Okay, I couldn't remember the exact conversation, but I just had that, like it wasn't the guy.
I see.
There's another student here, and it's a female. That would match the body's characteristics.
So,
And the phrase "the ultimate despair," it sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it?
Could it be?
Okay, so the mastermind is a girl Mukuro, and she's a student here, and she's the ultimate despair? But she's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot. How'd she wind up burnt to a crisp?
What the heck?
None of this makes any sense, just to suddenly show up and then die? Well, she was stabbed, she wasn't burnt to a crisp first, like, that's not how she died. I think we better maybe take a closer look at the body, or what's left of it. There may be some clues to help us figure out exactly who it is. Hey, wait.
What?
Aren't we forgetting something? You know, Toko, who went flying, like, 10 feet in the air?
What?
Oh yeah, she totally got blown up, huh? Forget about her, I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. Okay, now it might be brain damage. She survived! Oh, she survived. Huh? What just happened, Master?
Stop talking.
I declared for the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen. Oh, then I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you exhale. That's enough for me to live.
What the heck?
This is the strangest back and forth I've ever seen. I had a bad feeling about the body, but I never matched it with its clothes. Regardless, you can't help but wonder who it was. Things are growing more interesting by the minute.
Could it be?
Mastermind just got mastermind. Masterland's mind. What?
How about that?
Pretty good, right? That one's going in the joke book of my soul. Even the explosion was done perfectly, though. I got a hand to her, whoever did it. Is it wrong to admire that kind of skill? I think all the time we've been here has kind of conditioned us to think like that. I saw something out of the corner of my eye just for a second. It's a corpse, isn't it? Well, I guess so. You could guess? What is it? Is it a dead body or not? It's a dead body. I hate this. I hate it. I'm not gonna look at it. I don't want to faint again. Yeah, I don't want that either, so I think it's best if you look at it. Everyone's dying. Why? Why is this happening? Deja vu. I should take a close look at the body one more time.
So,
Watch yourself, Makoto. She may be dead, but she's still a girl. So don't worry. I don't plan on touching the body all that much. I'm not Kyoko after all. Alright, so they have a tattoo on their hand. What's it? There's something next to the body. It's a key? Is that what Kyoko took from the Monokuma? What did you steal?
So,
I stole this. That's definitely not the same key, honey. A key? But looking at it, I could tell it wasn't just any key. It was shaped like Monokuma, and it was probably the only key of its kind on Earth. That's right, the key she stole was shaped like Monokuma. This isn't anything like that. This key is...
What?
What is it? Did you find something? Yeah, it was on the ground near the body. I've never seen this key before. What could it possibly go to? Oh, he said that. So even you don't know that? Makoto, I'm going to give you a very important task.
I see.
That key might give you access to certain areas you were locked. We thought were locked. You mean
So in other
the
words,
biolab, the data center, and the headmaster's room, and the door rooms on the second floor. These in your hand. I'm your errand boy now? Hey, give me a second. Oh my god. Wait, I'm gonna look at the bottom. Fuck off. Fine. Dude, the dickwad. The biolab was definitely locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. When I went to insert the key I found in the garden into the keyhole, the key isn't even close to fitting, which means the key does not go in this room. I wanted to look at the tattoo on the girl's bodies, whatever, either Mukuro or Kyoko, but I don't know. It doesn't look like Kyoko's type of thing. But then again, she wears high heels, and I never wear those type of shoes. But her outfit doesn't have any red in it, so I don't think a lace would be red. I'm very concerned. The rooms I need to check on this floor, the headmaster's in the the data center. I feel like the headmaster's is going to be more important, but then again, if it doesn't fit in the headmaster's, yeah, either way, I'll just try. Feels like a more techie key. The door to the data center was definitely locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. When I went to insert the key, I found the garden into the keyhole. I figured it fits. In this case, the key to the data center. I managed to unlock the data center. I guess all that running around paid off. I have to go tell everyone else. I immediately headed back to the garden. Can I inspect the body, please? So you're back. How'd it go? I found out which room the key goes to. It's the data center, down on the 4th floor. So we can go in the data center now?
I see.
Interesting. Why did the now deceased have that key on them? I suppose we'll just have to go to the data center and find out. Yeah, I think you're right. And I still don't get to look at the fucking body. Here we go. Here we are. Looks like the door's still unlocked. Hey, so when you open the door, there's not going to be another, like, huge kaboom before, right? You're asking that question now? Don't worry, we have Makoto. What?
In other
It's
words,
in your hands. Again? It means I trust you. That's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. You just trust that you're not going to die if you don't do it. Oh. Okay, that was everyone to say.
Okay.
It'll be fine. Makoto's on the top. Not that it's any kind of guarantee. Not a guarantee. I'm totally sure there won't be another kaboom. I'm serious. Just to be safe, I'm going to stand somewhere else. Oh, hi, back here. I said I trust you. You now have an obligation to live up to that trust. Okay. Master told you he trusts you? Master told you that? Oh, did you let it get to your head? I am so not happy about any of this. I reached out and put my hand on the door. I closed my eyes and tried to clear my mind. With a silent prayer, I slowly opened the door. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. Oh. Is this the room that he was in for the morning announcements? In a word, the room was strange. I mean, all the rooms till now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness. It wasn't a surface fear like the rest of the school here. The fear was lurking beneath the surface. The room was filled with that kind of dread.
What?
Hey, that's... Hiro extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at all those monitors on the wall. Look at what they're showing. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. The dorms, the classrooms, every part of the school was covered. Except for the changing room. But this is...
What?
It's a direct feed from every single surveillance camera. All the cameras in the school feed back to into this room, and are displayed here on these monitors.
So that's it.
So the sole purpose of this room is to watch us. To watch us? Huh? And this room is...
It's all clear now.
Mastermind's private room, without a doubt. The Mastermind's room. I guess that makes sense. So the Mastermind was here. Watching us. And I think this settles it. Huh? The body in the garden? If they had the key to this room, it can only mean one thing. That was the body of Mukuro Ikusaba, and she was the Mastermind. So the Mastermind is dead? Like, really, really dead? Then where's Kyoko? It would seem so.
What?
For serious? Or for serious? I don't know why I gave a girl voice. It's too bad they had to go and die before Master could kill them himself. The Mastermind is dead? Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Because, I mean, that body... Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death. So who was it that...
But...
But if the mastermind really is dead, that means we can finally get out of this house.
How about that?
We gotta hurry and find the exit. Come on.
That's enough.
No, we have to check this area thoroughly first. What about the exit? If the mastermind truly is dead, we have to leave whenever we can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the mastermind set up this life-or-death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the mastermind was obviously murdered.
What?
Murdered? So you think it's so too, huh?
Naturally.
The state of the corpse makes it plain as day. There's absolutely no doubt. The mastermind was murdered.
But
Why's it gotta be that way? I mean, who could have even done it?
such ignorance.
That's exactly why I said we need to investigate the purpose and identify an identity of the mastermind.
I'm telling you!
Now did you understand that you useless insect? You're banned from talking to Master ever again. The mastermind's purpose, and why were they killed? Or why they were killed. This room may very well hold the answers to those questions. After all, the mastermind must have spent who knows how much time here. Okay then, let us begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the mastermind.
What's your problem?
Hurry up and find something for Master. I mean, I want to know why they were killed as much as the next guy, but I also really want to get out of here. Why was that mastermind murdered? To figure that out, we need to find the identity and purpose of the mastermind. I don't know why I said that. Friggin' reading is not working today. Jeez, I can't believe how many monitors there are. My eyes are flickering as fast as they are. As fast as they are, as in the monitors are flickering. Okay, I got you. No, okay. No matter when, no matter where, surveillance cameras are following our every move. I mean, they're absolutely everywhere. How many cameras does this place have anyway? Is it the same as just any camera? I feel like that'd be like, why is the headmaster or the mastermind, I guess, being watched? There's nothing showing up on this one. Huh? They look like, hey look, they see that TV. Is that a TV antenna?
How about that?
It is, just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas. Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we can watch TV? Huh? Did someone say TV?
You know?
Well, Saturday morning's Hina's here. Are you talking about me?
Okay.
Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on.
You know?
You're all starved for the info from the outside world, huh? Alright, let me work my magic and you'll be quantum leaping your way to TV land before you know it. I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about? Okay, I guess we have to wait till he's done with that. There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs, nothing like the ancient laptop Alter Ego was installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. So what, we can't do anything? Just use your tiny spirit to force your way in. What century are you from? The mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network, an Alter Ego. You may well be right about that. But there's no point in thinking about it now. You're right. I assume the door is important, so I'll look at this first. There's really a ridiculous number of monitors here. And the mastermind's been using all of them to spy on us. As long as I have this. Huh? Look at my master go. It's like a feast for the eyes. How much is my monthly membership? Okay. We're gonna just ignore that. This store's kinda creepy. I gotta love it. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could it be inside? Rattle. No lock. The door's locked, huh? What if you just use the key that opened this room? Let's give it a try, just in case. Nope. No good. Won't even fit in the keyhole. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can't stop thinking about that door with Monokuma's picture on it, but worrying about it isn't gonna do me any good. Hina's right. The mastermind's gone, so there's nothing to be afraid of anymore.
You know?
Oh. What's wrong? Good news for all you Saturday morning kitties out there. I think I've got this TV working. Really? Now all we gotta do is switch it on.
What?
Then do it. Freaking idiot mastermind. All you guys need to cut free from your regrets to the outside.
What the heck?
And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it. And you said this is live? Like this is TV? Oh my god. This is the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring in this room, isn't
What the
it?
heck?
Huh? That's weird.
Come on.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
That's really weird. Huh. You're weird. Weird in every way possible, and not just weird, super weird. But this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. So how's it showing the camera feed?
Well,
Did you try changing the channel? Oh, good idea. Let's give that a try. Here I went through each channel one by one. But on every channel it was just us. Oh my god. So I'm thinking that ultra super terrible tragedy may have been a bit worse than I thought. It was a live feed of us standing there in the data center.
What the heck?
What the heck? Yeah. Is it broken or something?
Could it be?
No, there must be some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. A trick? What kind of trick?
Actually.
Oh, no. I'm not sure, but...
huh? Huh?
What?
Been a while, you freaking bastards. Monokuma.
Huh?
No, you're supposed to be dead. A llama? You're supposed to be dead. Me dead? Don't be freaking stupid.
What?
Hey, you're acting kind of strange. Something seems different.
Of course.
Oh, I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. Not even. It's been like half a day at most. How are you alive again? Oh, yeah, that's it. The look on your faces right now is sublime. Oh, I'm in a deep voice. That's what I wanted to see. The moment you went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the one who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now.
Well now.
And that's that.
Shing!
Well, it's almost time to cut off your past, so... Cut your past. It's almost time to cut off your past so full of hope and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you all to have way more fun in this killing game. You can't be serious. We have to keep going.
Let me
No,
out of
you're supposed to get
here!
out of here. Get out of here? Are you still obsessed with getting out of here?
Unbelievable.
How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides, this life isn't all bad, you know. I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Are you so serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair?
Well now.
I've pooped from all this laughing. Guess I'll get to the point now.
Hey,
You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed. The TV is an essential part of your school life here.
What?
I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind.
What the heck?
But I connected it to the antenna, so why is it just showing a surveillance feed? Look at how attentive they are now. Well, I'm going to let you in on a blood-gushing secret and tell you about it. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming in on the antenna. So this is all a TV show, and it's the only thing that's on TV. So someone's like literally taking over at least the local TV signal area. So it's not just Makoto's house that got destroyed and Sakura's friends that were all messed up. I guess that's like everything is shit.
Huh?
But what does that mean? This
What
is
the heck?
signal? But this is just us standing here.
Unbelievable.
You're so stupid. Don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you.
Kills, chills, kills!
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. The entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. It's the only thing on TV voting for. What the fuck? What?
Extreme!
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. It doesn't even matter how many times he says it. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I understand the deeper meaning. What? Broadcast live to the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this?
That's...
It can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow?
Oh,
The camera feeds the broadcast?
no!
No way, that's impossible.
Phew!
That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system. Do you know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is in easy mode. Are you being serious right now? So, like, the world's not taking over, though.
Of course!
I heard it kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind had begun to cruise along.
Hey,
Everything has a meaning now. And all those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries, even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It was all for, for my captive audience, to show them the true despair like they've never seen it before. I became the director of despair-based production. Is this the ultimate reality? This is the ultimate reality show. The best in despair entertainment.
What are you saying?
You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come rescue us.
Actually,
What if they already did?
yes, indeed.
Then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV and try to warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally, though. So whatever.
This can't be.
But to take control of all communications like that, you need an astronomical amount of resources. Yep. So how could things have come this far? That's a secret. There's something you all need to do first, remember? What? He's gonna give us the Monokuma file, duh.
Of course.
Yeah, duh, there's still the little business of... A body has been discovered.
A body has been
Oh, that's
discovered.
trippy. He's in the room.
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Huh? Class trial. Do you mean?
It's the Monokuma file!
I'll leave the next Monokuma file right here. Everyone give it all you got, okay?
Heart-pounding excitement!
Okay, things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a
I
ride.
can't wait! I can't wait!
And then he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible, the truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment? And how is he still alive?
I'm sick of this.
I thought that finally we could get out of here. And plus, what did he say about a class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is that at this point we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What?
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusaba was the one who might have died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fills that condition. And if Monokuma's still alive and active, then that means that the mastermind Mukuro Ikusaba is dead. So naturally, the body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. Damn it. There is no other possibility. The body is Kyoko's? Then Kyoko's been murdered? No, it's not possible. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have it end like this, I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe it, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself? Anyway, we better begin.
But
If we're gonna have to class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
Correct, it must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no.
Huh?
Huh? But you just said...
Stop
I
talking.
don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That is how this game works, after all. I thought you said you weren't going to play anymore. Well, I better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body, could it really be Kyoko? I don't know, she had like white hair and that hair looks blonde, and again like the red... No, it's the boots don't have red freaking laces anymore. So I don't know. Or... I have no choice, I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself, no matter what. I have to find out what happened or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. Monokuma Files number 5 has been added to the truthful section of the handbook. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important from one end to another. I just need to do what I always do. This is Makoto. Do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? Oh, if I remember right. Yeah, there were the red laces. Okay. He was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of his stomach. The area around it was stained with blood. There was red nail polish and a tattoo on the hand. Something red under the head. Could be part of the mask, but I'm not entirely sure. And black boots with red laces. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Yeah, Kia said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody, but for how much blood was on the body, I didn't see it on the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it works. Well, having to talk about that like that helped me remember a lot better too. So thank you, too. Body before the explosion has been added to the report section of the handbook. So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't put a fate anymore. Good timing, Ricardo. We need to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
Your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Well, why were you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious the murder took place after nighttime? How can you know for sure? Because it's just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hito's been spending most of his time in the garden in the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hito, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hito in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to go get them. And at that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your own law, but you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Byaku's account has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Oh my god. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and...
You're serious?
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back to what I did this morning and help me remember what that was. Morning's announcement woke me up at 7, and as usual, I headed into the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina, and that was about 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get a pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right, it had to have been around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. When the body was found, it's been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright. There's a knife lying on the ground. It must be the knife that was stuck on the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion has thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from the front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife looks really familiar. Wait, this? Yeah, it's the same one. I was about to say that. That's a thick-ass knife. That's it. It's the knife that the person was holding. This is getting really weird. Maybe there are just too many strengths and coincidences. It's also the knife that was in your room, which makes our alibi even worse. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that's the same knife that was used to stab the same masked actor we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then I... And if this really is Kyoko, it would be Kyoko's the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. Well, we saw Kyoko after that. So, I'm not sure. No, it can't be. There's no way. Knife at the crime scene has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. Where? Wait, was it there? I have to double check that later. Fragments near the dead body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I don't know what that is right now. Actually, look at the body again, since I didn't get a chance to before. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Let's walk in. Alright, so now we actually get it. Should have looked before I grabbed the stupid key. Huh? There's something weird about the body spinning around. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. There's a tattoo. Fake nails have been added to the tooth bullet section of the handbook. There's also something on the back of the right hand. This is a tattoo. It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like that before. Huh. Tattoo on the right hand has been added to the tooth bullet section of the handbook. Kitties. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire, and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Oh, you can see the body better. Oh, God. That is messed up. Explosive body analysis has been added to the tooth bullet section of the handbook. Alright, there's two more. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. It's not quite so little, okay. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? What? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, the way he worded that, it's like it was exactly the same, so I thought that it was the same thing, but different. Just got confused. Now remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. I count 4 chickens. One of the chickens is missing. Huh? 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Proto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right? Huh? What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're one short. Ah! That's so weird. I wonder what it is.
But...
I was down here just before nighttime last night. There were definitely 5 chickens then. What? What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hado and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Did he relate it to the case? Chicken coop chickens have been added to the tooth bullet section of the handbook. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokumi said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? And if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place after 7:30, but before not. Sprinklers have been added to the tooth bullet section of the handbook. Is that it? Oh. Camera, rainbow. Another one. Yeah, they are both the same. I thought he'd say something about, like, being watching TV. Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. The room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, is there a tarp before? Definitely not. I should probably look into that. It could be related to the game. Alright, let's look at everything first. I really hope there aren't any clues hidden in the fertilizer. Oh, shut up. I'm looking. These tools have nothing to do with the case. There's something carved into the handle of this pickaxe. Crazy diamond. It's the same thing that was written on the back of Mondo's coat. The pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. It's definitely intriguing, but now's not the time to worry about it. Oh, okay. One more. There's a lot more here. Oh, I don't think anything has anything to do with the mystery corpse. Or those pots. These flower pots have nothing to do with the case. Alright, let's look at the top. The top is wet and covered with muddy grime. But the underside is totally clean and completely dry. The inside of the tarp is wet and dirty, and something about that bothers me. Tarp has been added to the tooth bullet section of the handbook. That's the one thing here that's the one thing in here that concerns me. Alright, nothing else is concerning. I think I'm done in this room. I think I've checked everything I need in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically the fragment I found before. What is it too? I don't recognize it at all. At all. It's obviously something that's been bolted into something. But what? It's somewhere I really need to go in order to confirm my suspicions, and I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true. Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. If I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key of her room...
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activities. Is it perhaps...
Just give up!
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if they'll let me borrow her room key. Hey, Yakia? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh, no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. I'm meeting later.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. That one area, I have no idea what you're talking about. Leave the area. There's red on something. I don't know. I wish it would give me more hints to this one, because I don't know. Let me look at it. I don't understand what this is supposed to be. I don't recognize it. I've been doing so well with remembering things, like clues and everything, when I have to go somewhere, but this one is just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What was seen earlier? What did we see earlier? Was it in the was it in the data center? Where am I going? I'm gonna check the data center. But I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing. You know, we were in here after the body was discovered, so that would make sense that we could hear. TV apparently was killing me being broadcast live across the world. Thinking about it is making my mind start to creep again, so I'd better stop. These computers are way nicer than the Windows 3 was installed on. The power's on, but the systems are locked. Is this what the masterminds would use to monitor the network? Let's see. There's a really ridiculous number of monitors here, and the masterminds would use them all to spy on us. I don't know. No matter what, no matter where, surveillance cameras are annoying. Okay, so it's not in here. Where? I really don't know. Oh, maybe the map can tell me. Maybe not tell me. I appreciate it. No. Nothing. The one thing I have problems with is it's like no help. I don't know. Where would that red piece be from? From before. I'm assuming it's like before is it in Makoto's room? Should I go in Makoto's room? Is it not in Makoto's room? Where else did I go? I don't remember. I'm freaking the fuck out. It wouldn't be in the library. There's nothing important in the library. Something metal and red. Let's try this one. This is where the bathroom cleaning supplies are stored. Tell us somebody's secret room, I should probably avoid going in there. Okay, never mind. Oh, fuck me then. Maybe in the gym with the Monokuma piece? I don't know. What do I do? I have no idea. Monica was laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
The bomb! Thank you. Okay. I wasn't sure. I just found something. What is it? It's...
Huh?
It's what? Bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
What?
A bomb? And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden were from the bomb. That looks nothing like that. I'm going to be completely honest. It looks like it was one of the concrete.
Fragments to your dead body has been updated with truth bullets. Okay, I checked everything else I can. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden of Byakuya. Well, I guess I'll go do that then. But first, I'm gonna look at this. There's one of Monder's one who here, though. Couldn't use this one. Yeah, okay. Okay. Back to the garden to ask Byakuya to come back to the first floor. Kyoko's room. Because that's what we do. We go back and forth. And then we forget where the staircase is, which means first. Apparently. That's down. You're okay with me. You think you can go see Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Ah, wait for me. Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorm. Alright, let's follow Byakuya then. Oh, Kyoko's room is right here. For some reason I thought it was down the hall. Okay. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slipped it into the keyhole, and then click. And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Okay, let's go. Whoa! Fuck! So this is Kyoko's room. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna turn the music down a bit because I noticed it was being a bit too loud. My dog knocked over a mug, in case anyone's wondering, so I had to clean up the glass. Alright, let's investigate Kyoko's room.
What?
Oh, Jesus. You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you were looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know! Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it! What's in the envelope? Oh, what's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if anything ever happened, I should open it. Well,
Interesting.
something certainly happened, so open it. Oh, okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets?
What?
I saw that was in there. Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Obviously, it means under the sheets of the bed. So that's the last place I'm gonna look because it's obviously gonna trigger something. Here's the bathroom. She might have a certain articles hanging out to dry. Better not look inside. What a gentleman. Is this the same? Yep. It's the same. What's this? There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses using their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. It doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like
It's
that.
certainly
But
possible.
if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? The woodblock key has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Alright. Get a camera just to get that over with. No, hey, I think it would be important to look around more or something. I don't care. I didn't mean to press circle. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I looked at the sheets... What is this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Mukoto Ikusaba, female, Hopes P class number 78 student registry. Mukoto Ikusaba?
I see.
It appears to be Mukoto Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. It's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. Was that the precious? God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and that's it. This must be the blank that Monokuma was telling me about. Kyoko said death without meaning was unappealing, so this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together and then looked at the profile sheet. Name Mukuro Ikusaba. 6, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir and for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she had received battle training on her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukuro's profile has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like it's non-fiction and it's like one's non-fiction and the other's sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. And that's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then,
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
A Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always used to get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world that totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Well, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you.
What?
Where have you got your pretty little hand there?
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Oh. Uh-oh, he found her profile? So what if we did?
Hey!
Don't freak out on
Come
me.
on now!
I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who can't I forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag your corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication of to organization and order. Which is why even I, as a school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting. It's about the one writing all the rules. It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When we all first got together in the main hall way back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? Are you saying?
in other words...
That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes, indeed!
The total number of students taking part in this killing game is actually 16. So someone just woke up in their room and went somewhere else and never talked to anyone and just hid? 16, then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
I can see why now. The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba, she's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Huh? Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up in a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed!
Make sense?
Well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Cutie Cutie, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey,
You know she wears those stupid gloves day in and day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. So the body's not her then. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Okay. Monikuma's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of her handbook. If there's 16 students, why didn't he make her join the class trial? Because she's making the rules, and she wasn't participating in anything that was necessary when Monokuma said to do it. So does she, like, work for the mastermind? Were there two, whatever they called Sakura? Kyoko wears gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, from the back of her hand.
The tattoo. That must be for the freaking mercenary corps. So that is Mukuro. Monokuma specifically said there were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars, which means those fake nails in the corpse. Why would she wear fake nails? I don't know. I don't know anything about her. Maybe she came back all girly. Maybe she's girly but the ultimate soldier doesn't make her seem... I'm so confused. Are you thinking about Kyoko again?
What?
Huh? Forget about her. What matters now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was out
right.
here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. No, he said he wanted revenge on Miss Kirigiri. No, wait, that was about the head. The scars. Never mind, I'm stupid. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He used to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
It's certainly
Perhaps
possible.
she's the one who killed Kyoko. It's not Kyoko, obviously, because there's no scars, and now the tattoo makes sense because if she was part of Marine Corps, a mercenary corps, my apologies, then they probably had like a insignia. What? That would explain why we would have have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come up to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began. You're dumb, Byakuya. You make yourself think you're so smart, and because of that, you're so ignorantly dumb.
What?
Based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my
It's
mind.
all clear now.
Mukuro Ikasabara is the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro the Ultimate Despair was the Mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the Mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good
So,
point.
in other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro is the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and then come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. Well, that's stupid. Maybe think of the alternative and she didn't kill Kyoko, but it's not Kyoko because we don't know who the body actually is and we're just guessing. But if that's really true, if Mukuro is the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find if that key and the dojo are really connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? Oh, it took me right there. That's nice of it. Oh, and you're here. Lovely. Hurry up and check the locker. That's what we're here for, after all. Hey, I only needed you for fucking Kyoko's room. Said number 6. There are wooden lockers here. They use wood block keys, just like at those super traditional public bathhouses. Looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go in one of these lockers.
I see.
Kyo, Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. It also is the same number that is on the key. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found in the locker. On that locker, right? Well, just try it. Okay, I was on my way to it, and then you talked to me. I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock and... Tick! The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Titanium arrows has been added to the truth book section of the handbook. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It looks bloody. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this is used for. Is that a blood stain?
see.
If it is, it means it must be surely related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape has been added to the truth book section of the handbook. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
Very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case, but how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or, perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? The library! Well, the archives. Research. Are you talking about the archive? That's right. That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access
Let's
to.
go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Okay. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to the shelf on the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand. Give it.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way through high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. I speak French, but it's French-Canadian, so it doesn't count. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out on the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, that would be the tattoo, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe that there was mounting intel tension within the group and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? It sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, and the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here, an unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? The Wolf of Ragnarok. That's right, Byakuya. That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each member, soldier that joins the squad, I'm gonna guess what he says, because I'm gonna be the ultimate clairvoyant since he knows shit at it. They have a tattoo on their hand. Would be a tattoo representing Fenrir anywhere on the body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean Mukuro Igusaba's profile has been updated on the Truth Bullet section of your handbook? Uh-oh.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the earth, natural phenomena.
Okay.
It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that.
Okay.
Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial.
Yay.
So, please meet up in the usual spot.
You got it, dude.
See you later.
Bye. The time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth involved during the class
That's
trial.
right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? Huh? What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again. Should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... Or what?
What?
Jesus! Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait. You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words...
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. So, Kyoko's alive. I knew that. Okay. Okay, he's waiting for Kyoko to show up. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange the punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard the voice, we all spun around to look. I know who it's going to be.
Hey,
I'm here, and no rules have been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko, you're still alive? No, it's a ghost. Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
Is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I'll bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! Ah! So you really did die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? That's right. Now we gotta deal with a good goose. I told you to stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Bakia stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me! Oh, who knows what might happen to us if we take too long. But I'll be happy when this trial's all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen, before the trial started, we get started. I don't know where I saw the word trial. Before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you?
Correct.
So I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go into a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Kyoko's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving the current
It would
situation.
seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. Class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Come on, give me something new. Boo. You suck. Let's go. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. Ugh. I mean, it's the same amount of people as last time, but it's still so few. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In the dusky darkness, nobody said a word. I just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the light of despair. The blinding light of despair. Whoa!
I can't wait! I can't wait!
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless joke and dabs has passed.
Chills!
Let's get on with the show.
Chills!
Not even gonna let him finish talking. And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly case, a deadly class trial. Let's open the e-handbook and look at our truth bullets. Alright, Monokuma file number 5. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. The explosion has burnt the upper half of the body beyond recognition. The upper half of the body remained on fire and had to be extinguished. Because of this, the upper half was soaking. The body was wearing notably long, fake nails. The body had a tattoo of a dog on the back of the right hand. There were bits of charred debris near the body. It should be noted that the bomb which had been removed from Monokuma in the gym had disappeared. The sprinklers are programmed to come on every morning at 7:30, and this time is impossible to change. As such, it can be assumed that if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, it would have gotten wet. But it wasn't, because the bottom half was dry. 7 a.m. Makoto wakes to the morning announcement. 7:30 a.m. Makoto and Aoi arrive in the dining hall. 7:30 to 9 a.m. Makoto meets the others in the gym, and together they head to the headmaster's room. 9 a.m. Kotoko is told to find the pickaxe in the garden, where she discovers the body. The knife found near the body was the same knife that was used to stab it before the explosion. It's also the same knife that Toko had given to Makoto for safekeeping, and the knife the masked assailant was holding when they attacked Makoto. The tarp was hidden among the other items in the tool shed. One side was filthy and dirt was wet and filthy with mud and grime, and the other side was completely clean and dry.
The number of chickens in the chicken coop had decreased from 5 to 4. Yasuhiro claims that there were without a doubt 5 chickens just before nighttime last night, and yet Byakuya stated that there was no corpse in the garden just after nighttime last night, so it can be assumed that the murder must have taken place sometime after that. Byakuya also said that he, Yasuhiro, Toko, and Aoi were in the gym the entire night, and none of them were alone at any point. The corpse had a mask covering its head and a white jacket covering the body. A knife had been thrust into the abdomen, and there were bloodstains all around the wound. The body had stopped bleeding, but the blood was still wet. It is noted, however, that there was no blood on the ground around the body. Mukuro Ikusaba, female, known as the Ultimate Soldier. She became obsessed with the military from a young age. She disappeared while on vacation in Europe and reappeared in Japan 3 years later. Apparently, every member of Fenrir gets a tattoo somewhere on their body to represent their membership in the group. Apparently, the killing game began with 16 participants, all students. It is assumed that Mukuro Ikusaba was the 16th student. Monokuma also revealed that the reason Kyoko wears gloves is to hide something she doesn't want anyone to see. Scars, specifically. This woodblock decoration was found in Kyoko's room. It looks like it was actually the key to one of the lockers in the dojo. A set of titanium arrows was found in the dojo locker. There appear to be 10 in total. Along with the arrows, there was also a wadded up ball of duct tape in the locker. The duct tape had traces of blood on it, and it is assumed that this is related to the case, but how, nobody can imagine. Kyoko used Monokuma's secret tool, which granted access to any room in the school, to sneak into the second floor of the dorms. This area seems to have no monitors or security cameras. Alright. Let's finish. I'm excited. Class trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
They're like, oh. Okay, I can do this. Sorry, I made the music quieter, and I don't like it being that quiet. Maybe not. Maybe just keep it just enough that we can hear it more. Alright.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Oh, Hiro. Take a minute, look around you, and then put down the weed.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No! That's a ghost!
Oh my god.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology!
You're not making, any sense whatsoever.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Same. I just want to get out of here at this point.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
You know why.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Yes.
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
But we saw it before the explosion, which is
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Oh my god. There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any other choice, but it's gonna be seeing the corpse before the explosion.
That
What?
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
We can just talk about
Impossible.
before the body was found.
Okay,
We have that
then
as a
prove
truth
it.
bullet.
Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
What?
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Yeah!
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I agree. I know the body isn't Kyoko's and I know I can prove it.
That
Okay, but you're not...
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
I don't think this is
Okay,
it.
then
Ah,
prove
fuck, I
it.
used the thing.
Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
I don't. Yeah, she's right. I don't know why I said that. Confused. I'm very confused.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been
No.
wearing gloves.
Because that corpse is... This entire discussion is
Yeah,
idiotic.
It is. It's awful. It's stupid.
That
I just...
Kyoko... Okay, then prove
The
it.
dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got
Burnt up in the
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Oh, no! Why would I
Because
do
that
that?
corpse is absolutely
Kyoko.
This entire discussion is
knocked
idiotic.
out the front and then attacked the bottom.
That
Or I got rid of the white noise from the top. and
Okay, then
shot
prove
The
it.
dead body
Stupid.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
That's not it. Oh, the fake nails?
Shoot.
No.
That
None of this makes
Kyoko
sense.
there is
Why
just
don't
a
I just-
ghost.
What?
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't
I don't
wearing gloves.
understand.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
But the
Then
body...
she was wearing gloves before the
It
explosion.
doesn't, none of these make sense.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse
This
is
is nonsense.
absolutely
You give me the
Kyoko.
wrong truth bullets.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
It is, and it's not giving me something that makes sense.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Yeah.
Impossible.
We have the body
Okay,
before
then
discovery
prove it.
as a truth
Prove
bullet,
she's
though.
not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They
I
got
could just
burnt
say this,
up
I
in the
guess, here.
explosion.
This is the only thing that
she
makes
was wearing
sense.
gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
What? She wasn't.
Shoot!
I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction somewhere.
That
There are many
Kyoko there is
contradictions
just a
that I just
ghost.
don't know what the right one is.
Impossible.
Okay,
game is
then
stupid.
prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
I did that.
They got burnt
did
up
that.
in the explosion.
I didn't know if I could hold it.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah,
already
she
did
must
this.
have been wearing gloves.
Because that corpse is... This entire discussion is idiotic.
Maybe I would say she must be wearing
Kyoko
gloves.
there
or
is-
maybe-
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
Prove she's not...
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then
No,
she
okay,
was
I don't
wearing gloves.
understand.
Yeah, because that corpse is
Absolutely. This entire discussion is idiotic.
What is happening?
that Kyoko.
There is just...
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
That's
they
the
got
same thing.
burnt
Why would I
up
shoot
in the
what thing she's
explosion.
saying?
Then she was wearing gloves before the
None of
explosion.
this makes sense.
Well, yeah,
They
she
make it
must have been wearing
difficult as
gloves.
possible.
Because that corpse is absolutely
No. I don't know how
Kyoko.
to play. I want to know what the
This entire
fuck you want from
discussion
me.
is idiotic.
I know the body is a Kyoko's, and I know I can prove it. I know that. I know that
Kyoko
very
there
much
is just
so.
a ghost.
Maybe the fake
Impossible.
nails. I don't know.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Thank you.
No,
Fake
it's
nails.
wrong.
Wear those long nails with gloves on. I get it. Right. I'm
No.
Stupid.
There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves.
We have so many more reasons. to
Whoever it
discard
was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
We're arguing the fact that you think someone that's standing next to us is the ghost. Can we please move on? Just please,
If
Jesse.
anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
If anyone doesn't know logic.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to
Can we
Kyoko.
please investigate
Which
now?
should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Really? Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Okay.
Make your argument. Sprinkler's exploded body analysis tattoo on right hand. I think it might be the tattoo.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
Oh, wait, I think
And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
Alright, I was too slow. And the one thing that could tell us was on the victim's own body.
If Kyoko really is...
Then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
No?
Shoot!
I need to think about it one more time. Oh,
If
fuck me.
Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some... I
Look
don't
at the
think
bullet.
so. The face, and there wasn't any Oh, if we can't identify...
And there's nothing else we can
Oh,
do,
we can't
right?
identify the body. That's the one. Alright, it's Aui's.
If Kyoko really...
Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
I got this.
Kyoko really...
Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. The face... And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
This is stupid. I've got this.
If Kyoko really...
Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. And there wasn't any Well, if we can't identify the body...
Fuck.
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
Ugh. This is just
If
difficult
Kyoko
to aim.
really...
Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. And there wasn't any description... Well, if we can't identify the body...
Thank you.
No, that's wrong.
We can't identify the body. She had a tattoo.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
We've seen multiple cruel and unusual deaths.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, she's a mercenary. Shut up, Tony.
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear.
I got it!
Got it!
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
You only told me and Byakuya about it, and Kyogo was the first one who found out, so we gotta...
Okay,
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... Is it gonna be wolf? Yeah, it's wolf. W and F. There, that was so fast.
Now I understand.
Now I understand. I don't even know why they made me do that. Complete.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast.
It was in, Thor Ragnarok. Nah.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
Not good.
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No, I think the mastermind's someone who's not involved in the killing.
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
She's not the ultimate despair, she's the ultimate soldier.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character, which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
How are you so
But
sure?
how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
We need proof. honey.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
Ooh, he made
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Okie dokie.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Other than the mastermind, I don't think that's the
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
You think it's Kyoko, right? Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Makoto and
I
Kyoko.
got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain.
Alibis, that's all you have to say.
Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to know my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place.
After 7:30, before 9.
Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
I already know.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered?
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, we left the gym and it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, so the pickaxe will be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
But it was after 7:30, otherwise.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit. So I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Murder happened between 10 p.m. and 10 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. I can fix this. Okay, then looks like the game has begun. If I can prove I have an alibi for that, provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. I know what to do. The sprinklers. I know what to do. Please, just make it easy to friggin' know which ones to do. Sprinklers. Okay, sprinklers is an option. Thank goodness. Let's do it.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Yep.
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
And Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
No, shit. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I think it's what Byakuya
We've
said.
established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I'm good. I got this. We break it.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
But it was
Oh,
not.
hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
But only the top half.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
I love the mouth down south. But I'm talking about the mouth up north was wet. The mouth down south be dry as bone, honey.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean by denying the sprinkler? Are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Okay, we're moving on now.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
I need to prove it wasn't the sprinkler that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with a certain evidence, and that should do it. If you look at the body itself, that should make it clear. Moment of truth. Oh, okay.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No!
How am I dying?
I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit
I'm missing.
nothing. I hate you.
There we go. Final strike.
How can you say it wasn't the
This should prove it.
I thought I would have to
Just
pick my
remember what the body
bullet.
was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
What are you talking about?
I'm so sick of her.
Yeah.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
Okay.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Good for me.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Makoto's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone?
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me, and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever, which is why I can't let that happen.
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
I don't see her as a murderer.
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
By the... what's the word I'm looking for? The process of elimination is not concrete.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Excuse me?
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Sure, something at the scene was used to cover the body. The fucking tarp.
I got it!
Shit.
You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water.
What are you doing, Kyoko?
In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that.
I don't get the dirt on it.
Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
Then there should just be water on it. Why is there mud?
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Fuck me.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
What are you doing? Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, then the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body had blood on it.
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's going to think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Body before explosion. Body. What? Exploded body analysis.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Oh.
Shoot!
Okay, wait.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting...
So the reason the tarp was because the sprinkler...
But the underside of the tarp,
it was totally...
It's because that side was protected since it was facing down toward the body. Of course it didn't get dirty!
No, I was supposed to, fuck. Okay, but that's what I'm supposed to do, okay.
By covering
Sorry,
the body,
that was
the
my
killer prevented it.
So the reason the tarp was because the spring...
But the underside, it was totally...
It's because that side was protected from since it was facing down toward the body. Of course it didn't get dirty!
What? Yes, I see what you're saying is a what?
Shoot.
No. I failed? Nobody believes me, no one wants to hear what I have to say. We already come to the end of the debate. Well then, the class trial is officially adjourned, and now it's time to reveal who was blackened. It would appear that the one with the most votes is Makoto. However, Makoto is not the blackened. Too bad, looks like the real killer gets to graduate. Congratulations to them. In other words, everyone else will be found punished.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Is it all over? Yeah,
I refuse to give up yet!
How is that not the right one? Body before explosion. Maybe that's it.
By covering the body with the tarp,
The killer prevents...
So the reason that is because the spring... But the underside, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected since it was facing down toward the... Of course it didn't get dirty!
Thank you.
No, that's wrong!
Then that first. I thought the analysis would have been enough, but no, because it exploded.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
Then it would be wet.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
That too.
Oh! Yeah, true.
more than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Kyoko, what are you doing? Huh? Blood was a camouflage.
After the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim.
But I would have had to been out there after 7:30 in order to do that.
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
The chicken.
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time.
So it's a
The
possibility.
killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
We got the blood from the garden, right? Which would mean...
I got it! Could it have been
They killed a
chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
Oh, she's gone.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
That's sad.
Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Oh my
I
god.
wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around.
With the chicken.
Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
Also, I would have an alibi after 7:30.
But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
Okay, but wasn't that the basis for it going through their body? Now that it's chicken blood, you could have killed it and then just like sprayed like another certain amount of blood on. I don't know.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
But then it would
When
be dry.
you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
No! That's
Wait,
not how you know.
no.
Yeah, the head went.
The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. At the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
But that contradicts what you just said.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
Thank you, Allie. I love you.
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh, no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Oh my god.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
I would have had to go all the way up to the top floor.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
I would have had to run past the gym, go all the way up the stairs. How long did it take me to get there, guys? I can't remember if I was... Oh no, I think I was looking for points. But how long is that cannon length? And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. This guy's dead body has been added to the truthful...
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh!
I don't even know who actually did it. I'm thinking it was Kyoko if this is what she's
See?
doing.
Pretty good idea, right?
She's trying to put the blame on me.
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
I thought she wasn't the killer.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
Unless Aoi says something here.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Oh, shit.
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded,
Yeah,
right?
it was in my room and I didn't tell anyone I got attacked. Listen, wait.
According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
I'm so fucking screwed.
So, what about it?
I don't even know who,
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
Like, did she dress up and then did something happen and then she undressed? I don't know because it's very ambiguous about what happened when he was sleeping.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what do we do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? And you're the one that suggested I do it! Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
The knife that Kyoko told you to give Makoto.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her. Did you?
Suspicious!
This is
Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto.
Wait.
Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up until now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
No! Yes, I see what you're saying is I have
Shoot.
no idea. There is a contradiction.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that knife, that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife, that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
No, that's wrong.
Frick!
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Said she was hit in the head.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it,
Oh,
right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
So they didn't get stabbed.
Okay, fine. So what?
Or at least not until after they were dead and the blood didn't flow.
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point,
This makes
obviously the
sense.
stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see in the Monokuma file.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
You forget about a lot, but that's okay. I'm forgetting.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
Oh, hope Yaku's like so friggin' calm.
The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
Really? Because I didn't recognize it.
That's only natural. Because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. We need to concentrate. They said a blow to the head, and there were multiple other wounds. Alright, so that's the one.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Okay, wait, I'm glad I missed that actually.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Wait, he's right. No, he's right. He was saying what I wanted to say. Well,
Then shall we
wait.
the victim's fatal...
Monokuma
explosion
file
didn't
back
kill-
to the head, and then
And it wasn't
the whole hole.
Oh yeah.
Or little injuries, I guess.
According to the Monokuma, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds
Yeah.
across her entire body.
Well, why am I contradicting these? They're coming up with what I'm saying.
Like, well, where's the part
Then
where
shall
I
we
say
continue? The
something?
victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't then.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. And more than that, the victim had suffered
Countless wounds across her entire body.
The knife was a cover-up, and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh, which only leaves...
Then shall we continue?
Oh.
The victim's
Victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The
The other wounds
explosion
weren't
didn't
fresh,
kill
so
her
that's
for
gotta be
sure.
it. Oh, I have to wait until
yeah.
Bianca says it.
And it wasn't then.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. And more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
I want to know what those were. Oh, then the wound on
Then
the back
shall
of
we
the head.
continue
Never
the
mind.
debate?
the victim's fatal
Fatal injury
Oh, I
has
just thought it would be the
Explosion didn't kill her for
lots of
sure.
little
Well,
ones. I don't
yeah.
know what hit her.
She was
Oh,
already-
And it wasn't because of the knife. And then there...
Oh, yeah.
That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds
across her entire body.
No.
Then shall we continue the
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
What?
The explosion didn't kill her for...
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't then there...
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire...
Then
Alright,
shall
got
we
this,
continue
got
the
Debate?
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Thank you.
No, that's wrong. Right.
I don't like
Mukuro
it.
died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
I don't know why I forgot that it was a metal pipe. For some reason, I thought that that had to do with the explosion because her head exploded. But I remember now that it said it was like a metal pipe.
But then... What was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Completely forgot that part. I thought that it was like she had a head injury.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, if it did, then we wouldn't know because it's
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
Maybe they did it from the top. You know, just bumped on
I
the top of the head.
wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
Do we?
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
No. Real murder weapon. Something as thick as a metal pipe. Thick as a metal pipe.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her.
I probably should have been saying my thought process out loud. I was thinking that the metal on the titanium on the rods, right? And I was like, but they're really thin. And I was like, but there was tape in with the rods and there was blood. And since we didn't see the back of her head might have been bleeding, so that would have done it. But then there should have been at least some things, but it works, so.
And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
It's gotta be the bunch of them.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Not one, multiple.
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds... kinda weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. The bloody duct tape, I think. That would do it.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, It said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
What? Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Alright, wait. Yep.
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound...
Well, because it said the weapon must have been about as... It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to
Master, you have no right!
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound...
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master, you have no right!
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound...
Well, it said the weapon must have been... It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
What the
Talking back
fuck?
to... You have no right!
Can you at least
The
tell me if
titanium,
that
it was in the
so that
dojo. I have
right
no
or
doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound...
Well, it said the weapon must have been about... It seems like an arrow would just be...
Thank you.
No, that's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh
But
no,
you have.
you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
So we saw the key.
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. I'm just looking at the dojo locker. He really doesn't want to get her in trouble. I can't believe she did it. But at the same time, I don't really know who Makoto was, so I'm not really upset, you know?
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
She's my friend.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me. Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? She came to my rescue. Could that be one? Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait, I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Shit.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Jackie should know better than anyone. What does that mean? What argument? When the body was found?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Yeah.
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
I don't know. Oh!
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly
What I said. I'm
not
not.
the killer. You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would
there's
Oh.
proof that you aren't the Is that what you're...
You stated
Oh my
you
God.
said I hid the evidence of my
And then left the locker key in my own room. But could I really have done that?
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Maybe when the body was...
Those words you just spoke.
exactly what I said.
I'm not the killer. You should
Understand that.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Oh, I have to put the...
Shoot!
I don't... Yeah, I'm fine with that, but they
Those
only gave
words
me
you
one
just
truth
spoke.
bullet, and
What do you-
none of these
Exactly.
should
I'm
be
not
key,
the
right?
killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You
Oh, yeah,
said
so
I
there's
hid
proof?
the evidence and then left the locker key in my own room. But
Could I really have done that?
Maybe?
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not the killer.
you should understand that more than anyone
This
here.
one? No! What does that have to do with what I said, or do you just not know what it is? I really don't half the time, especially with the
Those
bullet
words you
thing.
just...
Exactly. I'm not the. You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated you said I
Okay.
hid and then left the lock, but
Oh,
could I really have done that?
I'm really...
Those
I
words you
understand
just...
how
Exactly.
saying that
I'm not the. You should
I
understand.
guess left in my own room.
Master would never.
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
But could I really have done that?
Alright, when he says proof, I'm gonna say it.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly.
I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya,
What are you...
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, that's wrong!
Wait!
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. Just isn't like her. Try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Is there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school continues forever, which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind laid out for us. The Mastermind's trapped. The Mastermind's trying to trap Kyoko, but what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The Mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it, but who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. Oh, because she has the key that can unlock any room, so she would have been able to put it in her room. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if the risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose her life. I'm gonna let it go. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. The game was just making it very obvious that that's what I had to do. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the Mastermind's trap and Kyoko
Well,
mentioned.
does no
But-
one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
She's making it look like she wants it to be me.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
What?
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What?
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late! So we had to push back the start time!
He's punishing her now.
So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Wait.
Voting time?
What? I got an A, but I'm guilty. What?
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Hold on! What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Wait. Am I actually getting voted? There's gotta be something else, right? Oh my god, I got voted guilty. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it. They're all gonna die.
Indeed.
What? Job?
Yep.
They got it right. No, they didn't. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
The same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills! Chills! Kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko, you're just gonna let me die?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Wait, time out. Wait, 3D Monokuma, fuck off. No. Game over, Makoto has been found guilty. Time for punishment, but I'm the main character. What do I do after I die? Oh my god. Oh my god, what? Oh my god, what? What? What is happening? Oh, we're in a classroom. Oh, okay. We're in a desk. Oh, I see. There's a counter there. Oh, and he's putting his face near the camera. Okay. This is fun. Oh, what's that? Oh, he's teaching us about how the trap works. That's fun. Okay. I can't read that word fast enough. It's too blurry. I'm sorry. What? Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. I really don't like it. After school session. Or lesson. After school lesson. Oh my god, he's shaking. Is he tied? Makoto, get out of the chair. Makoto, get out of the chair. Please. Oh my god. Something happened. His face is turning red. Okay. We're learning all about the miracle of creation, the miracle of creating life. Makoto, get up. Makoto. What are you doing? No, don't just look at it. Just get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh my god, what is happening? Am I about to... Okay. Alter Ego! Are you still alive? Oh. Oh, okay, we're going... Was that part of the plan? the fuck just happened? What? So am I dead or not? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego. Alter ego? Is this some kind of stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell. I don't believe this.
It would seem...
You finally made a miscalculation. No, you've miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was
In
that?
other words...
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash the lab, but you'll never see it again. Waste away in a garbage strewn pit. No, that way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is she gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the masterminds that ensnared.
What did you
What are
say?
you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. What is happening?